have a colorful floral card to share with you. I'll incorporate watercoloring and heat embossing on my card today with a bit of gold. I hope you like it. For my card, I'll be using bamboo rose stamp set. I'll be heat embossing a couple of bigger roses from the stamp set and one smaller flower. I'll also stamp a few extra leaves. I always stamp a few extra leaves in case I need more of them while arranging my floral spray. I'm going to prep my watercolor paper with anti-static powder. I'll use Altenew embossing ink for stamping and rose gold embossing powder. I would have preferred antique gold, but I can't seem to find mine anywhere. I went ahead and stamped out all the images I wanted and then some off camera to save a bit of time. For my rose, I've picked up a very vibrant pink shade. You'll see I'm going to just fill in the areas and only add bits of shadow, nothing elaborate. First, I'll add water to the stamped image. The heat embossing acts as a wall and holds the water in, which will help in spreading the color. While the image is still wet, I'll drop in color and spread it around. This first layer will be just a color wash to fill the entire area with color. As the image dries a bit, I'll come back to it and add more color, more concentrated pigment along the inner side of the petals. This I'll do just to add a bit of depth and dimension, and also to add interest to the stamped image. I'll keep dropping in color till I'm happy with the look. I'm aiming for a non-uniform watercolor look, so you'll see I'll go back in again and again to add more pigment till I end up with tiny splotches of watercolor. I absolutely have no clue what painters or artists call this technique. I'm no artist, I just call it as I see it, a splotchy effect. I'll be using the same technique on the leaves as well. I'll apply water to the stamped area, not being very concerned about staying within the lines because embossing will help me with that. The first layer is going to be a bright yellow-green color. I'll add this color layer to all the leaves and then come back in with a darker, brighter leaf green for my shadows. I'm not really adding shadows per se, it's more like adding a shading if that's any different. Like the color is going from dark to light, just trying to add interest. You can also do just one color. The image is going to look beautiful either way because of all the gold embossing. In some places, I won't mix the darker green shade much. I'll let it be as is for that splotchy effect. Now I'll color the butterfly. This time I'm using distress stains to watercolor. Just like I colored the flowers and the leaves, I'll add the wash of lighter color and then go back in with a darker hue. You can keep going back in as many times as you want till you are happy with the look. I went ahead and fussy cut all the stamped images. For my card front, I'll be using wood grain white paper from the Altenew store, to which I'm going to add some more watercoloring. I'm just going to create a watercolor base for my floral spray using distress stains. I'll change the concentration of the stain. In some portions I'll add a darker hue and in others I'll dilute the stain a tad more. I'm also adding these paint dripping lines because my floral spray is actually going to be a floral wine and I think this would work with the wine. My paper has started to warp because it's not watercolor paper. I will suggest you guys use watercolor paper, and if you want wood grain look, just dry emboss your panel after you're done with the watercoloring. There are a lot of wood grain embossing folders and plates in the market. But if you really want to use textured cardstock for watercoloring, I suggest you leave it overnight after coloring under some heavy books so it flattens out. I couldn't do that because I had to make this video. Like always, I'll arrange my flowers and leaves to get an idea how my design would look like. The design always looks great in my head, but not always in reality. I'm using sketchy floral stamp set for the sentiment I have chosen just because. I'll stamp it with embossing ink and heat emboss it with rose gold embossing powder. I usually do this step off camera, but thought I'd include it in today's video. Here I'm adding a strip of gold glitter tape to one edge of my sentiment tab for a bit more sparkle. See how I'm saving that beautiful tape? I think I can take out 3 more glitter strips from that piece. I place the sentiment tab on the card front and I see no balance and something's majorly lacking. My quick fix to anything is to add black paint splatters. I'm being very careful in adding these splatters as my wine is already in place. I'll check again if I like the look and I'm still not happy. So I decided maybe a few extra stamped tidbits will help. I stamped these 3 circular swirly shapes and heat embossed them. I will color these very roughly with spiced marmalade stain to match my butterfly. I have cut these tiny pieces off camera and now I'll place them on the card front. Do you notice the difference these extra yellow pieces made, or is it just me? I think it looks much better now, more balanced. My panel is still warping, so I'm going to adhere this to my card base with foam tape. I'll add some gold confetti for extra bling, and after this we will be done. I hope you like this vibrant floral watercolor card. I think I forgot to mention that I used liquid watercolors today. You can use any watercolors or even distress stains or re-inkers and you will get the same vibrant result. That is all from my side today. Thank you for watching, friends. I hope to see you soon. Bye.